Still the sunny side at 92.3 Nigeria Info FM. Good afternoon to you and welcome. Sincerest apologies for the breaking transmission. Yes, something's totally beyond our control, but I'm so glad that our engineers are on top of the situation. They're on top of the situation. They're on top of the matter. They swung into action immediately and we are back on air. My name is Denise Dennis Swallow. Thank God it's Friday! And you know what happens on Friday on the sunny side of life? Jackpot! On one draw. Two people get to win 50,000 and 75,000 naira each. Now it gets even interesting. Yesterday I was unable to do my draws on one play for some technical reason, network challenges and all. You were not able to purchase your ticket. I'm going to pacify you, relax. So this is what is going to happen on the draw today. I would have my one regular draw where someone gets to win 25,000 naira. Okay. I would have my jackpot draw where someone will win 50,000 naira and another person will win 75,000 naira. So in total, I am giving out 150,000 naira today on the sunny side. Yes. 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 If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Bye, bye. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Bye, bye. If you're happy. It's not about being happy. Just tell me that Denise, you're a good person. Now, to be a part of it, the only way you can win it, whether it's the 25,000 naira, whether it's the 50,000 or 75,000 naira, is to now head on to oneplay.ng. That's the number one, then play.ng. Buy your tickets with just 500 naira, because you see that ticket you buy with just 500 naira, that is what will qualify you to be a part of the raffle draw and jackpot draw happening live on Sunnyside today. When you get to the website, select Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and then pay, put your phone number, and when it's time for the draw, who knows, you just may get lucky. Or use the USSD code, which is star 347 star 880 star 6 hash. Star 347 star 880 star 6 hash. Between the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour. So you have more than enough time. Or maybe I should do one draw in the 1 o'clock hour. How about that? Okay, see, I will do my regular draw in the 1 o'clock hour. That will be around maybe 1:20 something. Then I would have my jackpot draws between the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour. So you have between now and some minutes past 1 to buy your tickets. If I were you, I will run, and I'll go and purchase my tickets. Having said that, now we're going to start this conversation. However, we're going to come back in the 2 to 3 o'clock hour to finish the conversation. This is because we have a limited time. I have barely, I wouldn't say I have barely 13 minutes. I'll just run you through the intro and then have you go on our social media platforms. On X, we're at Nigeria Info PH, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. What is this conversation we're talking about? Elaborate, expensive burial practices in Nigeria. Hi. Let me start with the one that is common to us in Rivers State. You know how you have planned your trip, you're going to be passed through this route, pass through that route, and you're unable to pass freely because some people have blocked the road because they are having a burial. And it's a big deal. So just know that throughout that day, you see that road, you will not pass. It starts from things like that. I know too well that burials can be quiet. Burials can be solemn and straightforward. What needs to be done will be done. Someone dies, and before you know it, people have gathered funds. There and then, someone will go and purchase a casket. People will be called upon to dig a grave. and they will quietly put the person in the ground. No celebration, no jubilation, no screaming, no shouting, no playing of music. Solemn mourning. You'll hear tears. If you drop a pin in that place, you probably would hear the sound of the pin drop. And then you have people come around and say, it is well. It is well. My brother, my sister, take heart. The good Lord gives and the good Lord takes. It has deemed him fit to take our beloved sister or our beloved brother. Let us count it all joy, because on the resurrection morning, we will surely meet again. And maybe if there was a church service, you will hear songs like "Till We Meet Again," "It Is Well With My Soul," and that's not about that. But then, with how we see it being practiced in this part of the world, and I dare say, the pressure it mounts on the family of the deceased, it seems we are paying more attention to the dead than the living. Yesterday, on my way back home, I saw my neighbor and I gave him a lift. They haven't been around. The wife lost her father. That was on Thursday. Am I right? Thursday. Yes. They had to make a trip on Saturday to where the father is based in Delta State, Edo State, Benin, yes. And they got back, I think that was on Wednesday. I haven't really seen them, since they got back. But yesterday, I saw him. I stopped by to pick up something from a shop, and I saw him. So we went back home together, and I asked how the trip went. He said, my sister. He was just sharing his concerns with me. He married the firstborn and the first daughter. And in that culture, he will be the one together with his wife to do the burial. And to be very honest with you, sometimes I think when people cry that they have lost somebody, it's not like losing the person did not hurt them. It's not like they're not hurt by the demise of that person. I think sometimes the bigger picture, what makes them cry more, is what they will have to part with financially and the pressure they will encounter doing so. So it's not a good time, really, economically. And even people from well-to-do families, I think, are beginning to re-strategize when it comes to how they spend their finance. And then having to burden them with something like an elaborate or expensive burial practice is not what an ordinary man is called out for. And I simply said, well, it's not in my place to choose. It's not in my place to decide. But I do know that if it was in my place, who will come and tie me rope? Who will come and force me? And I said this because it is something I have done before. From personal experience, I have had to bury someone single-handedly. And I know that I cut the cloth. How did they used to say it? I cut the cloth according to my size. Everything was done on my terms. I chose when and how I wanted to do the burial. And all I asked from the family was their consent. In a matter of less than 2 weeks after demise, the burial happened. I wouldn't say it didn't cost me. It did. But it was on my own terms. Nothing elaborate, no canopy set, nothing. Could have seen it happen during, the year 2020 when you had to submit names of people that were going to attend burials. The COVID-19 just helped people see that, some of these things, now we didn't kill ourselves for. It could have been done simple and all. But then, what if culture demands that you have to do it the way you want to do it? Loud. Have people drive around town in vehicles and be turning the vehicles as if they want to fall off. Obstruct traffic. Dress in branded shirts. Wear ashwebi souvenirs, have different caterers at different locations, have a 1 week long celebration, do this and do that. So I'll leave you with these questions because we are coming back in the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour to have the conversation in full. Like I said, the time I have after what happened will not be enough to do justice. So I will leave you with these questions. You will find them on social media as well. So you can as well go there and start dropping your comments so that when I return in the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour, I will look at those responses you have dropped as a way of, beginning the conversation. And then I'll open the phone lines and the WhatsApp number. My questions are, what are the historical and cultural origins of these elaborate burial practices in different Nigerian communities? You will tell me. I'm from Nembe, by the way, in Bayelsa State. I share, Nembe, Okpoma, Brass, that's my zone. Someone else could call and say, I'm from Ikwere, I'm from the Ikwere ethnicity. Someone else could say, I'm Yoruba. And yes, permit me to add, you saw the way our ex-president was buried, a man of that. Beyond going to receive the body from the airport and the dignitaries, you saw how the burial area was solemn. I want you to remember that. The Muslim practices, the way Christians practice, and all of that. Have they always been this grand? Or has there been an evolution based on personal or family preference? Is the expenditure genuinely a reflection of love and respect for the deceased, or has it become something more complex? In this era of economic challenges, what are your personal thoughts on the balance between honoring the dead and the financial implications for the living? That's it. 3 questions. Think about it. And thank you for being a part of this. So 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock hour, I have a live appearance. I'll be back for my first raffle draw. And then I will have the SDN program. And then 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, this conversation. We'll just leave it to marinate, yeah? And then we'll come back to it. We'll go on a commercial break. Sunnyside continues. Stay tuned.